welcome to Redefining Success. My name is Erin Kennedy.
And I'm Amisha Singh.
And today we're going to bring you some positive perspectives for anyone who's feeling a little bit anxious or a little bit overwhelmed. I know I personally, throughout dental school and the beginning of my dental career, I've had days where I felt incredibly overwhelmed and incredibly anxious. And I think it's something that people just don't talk about.
Nope, people don't talk about it. And the problem is that we really don't give our mind enough credit, right? If you wake up in the morning and you have these negative thoughts, you don't really think about how much negativity you're putting into your life, right? You have the ability to change your course of thinking and really change the course of your day by doing that.
Absolutely, and it's not even just for yourself. You have the ability to infuse positivity in your office environment and with your patients. And so today we're going to go through 3 ways that, we've increased positivity in our own lives, and kind of 3 tips that can help if you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed.
So the first thing that you can do once I started implementing this in my life kind of really changed course. Every morning or every evening, you sit down and you really take some time out of your day to be intentional about having positivity, like a gratitude exercise, for example. The way we like to do it is at the dinner table, we sit down and we just talk about 3 things that we're really grateful for that went well today, and we just really take a few seconds to focus on that positivity. And every time that things start getting a little rough, you can refocus on those 3 things that you thought about and kind of hone in that energy again.
And our second tip is being present. And one way to be present is actually to sit down and focus on just your breath, how it feels for you to sit in the chair. So what I like to do is if I'm in the middle of class or if I'm in the middle of practicing dentistry all day, I like to take time at lunch, and before I start to eat, I like to close the door, sit in my chair, close my eyes, kind of do a body check-in, like in yoga, from my toes all the way up to my head, see what feels good, see what feels maybe a little bit tight. Then I like to close my eyes and do 3 rounds of counting to 10 and just simply focusing on my breath. What you'll notice is that if you're having a stressful day, it not only decreases your heart rate, it decreases your anxiety, and when you're finished with this exercise and you've counted to 10 3 times, you're just going to really be focused in not only on what's going on around you, but you'll be able to live intentionally throughout the afternoon.
Those are really good tips, because sometimes when you're doing that, you feel like, I know the first time I did that, I sat there and I was like, what am I doing? This seems a little, out of the element. But as you get yourself trained to doing these kind of things, it feels a little bit more natural, and you'll be amazed at how much difference it actually makes. These things about the way that we think about negative things is so ingrained in our life that it's almost like as natural as breathing sometimes, and that's scary. That's really scary. So what I like to do is the third thing, identify these triggers, these things that naturally just make me anxious. All of a sudden, a crown prep isn't going well, a surgical extraction has halted and I can't get the root tip out, or something as simple as I'm driving and there's a lot of road rage and I just start panicking a little bit, When you start feeling that way, you really have to figure out, hey, these are triggers. These are things that are naturally just going to make my shoulders tense and my mind go to this wrong place. And the second you think about, okay, this is making this cycle continue, you halt that cycle and you really stop it with your mind, and that's powerful.
Yeah. And so if you do feel anxious, if you do feel overwhelmed, or if you're having a tough day, we hope you can utilize these 3 tips. 1, do a gratitude exercise. Again, try to think of 3 things that you're super thankful for today. 2, take time to breathe and take time to live intentionally. So take time to just focus on exactly what's here and now. And lastly, we hope you have the opportunity to identify those things in your life that may be triggers for your anxiety or being overwhelmed, and just refocus and reframe your mind around those ideas. Again, my name is Erin Kennedy, and we thank you for coming today.
My name is Amisha Singh, and you're watching
Redefining Success by Redefining You. Thank you.